All right, 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 y'all. Let me make sure we got everybody on. Let's do this. Let's do it. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Friday evening. Friday evening, we're in the building. We're gonna be in the building Friday evening. All right, all right. Let me see. I want to make sure that. All right. All right, y'all. What y'all doing this evening? What everybody doing this evening? Because you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And tonight we got something real good for you. If you would, if you're on TikTok, I just want y'all to give me some likes. When I get likes, they say purple for the Ravens. I like the Ravens. I like Lamar. Yeah, I like the Ravens. Not my team, but I want them. I'd love for them to go to the Super Bowl, though. All right, all right. Hello from Georgia. Okay, y'all. Give me some likes, y'all. Give me some likes so we can get busy in the place to be. All right, Friday evening, y'all. Friday evening. Well, tell me this. All right, let's go. Let's let everybody get in. Because I got something good watching TV until you came on. Oh, that's so cute. You know what? That's cute. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I was thinking, y'all, I wasn't gonna go on tonight, but I try to do 4 lives a week in addition to my relationship academy. Yeah. And so, people ask me, oh, you don't never stop. You always working and sometimes when you feel like you on a mission, when you have an assignment, when you have an assignment, sometimes I mean, I might get tired a little bit, but at the end of the day, I be feeling this. I get juiced when all this stuff that I'm doing and helping people, and when people's lives are being changed, it's just for me. It's just at the end of the day, I'm super duper excited, and so that's kind of what I live for. And yeah, hey Ebony, how are you? So tonight, let's get busy. All right, I know the people on YouTube and Facebook can't hear my music, but I gotta get me just a little bit of music to get me hyped. Let's see. Y'all know my favorite song right now is How We Roll, Chris Brown and Sierra. All right, so now let me get something different though. Some old school. What y'all think? What y'all think? TikTok, Instagram, give me some old school, because I know the people on Facebook and YouTube ain't gonna be able to hear it anyway. So give me some, give me something, y'all, so I can throw on for about a minute, 30 seconds to get me hyped. Anybody? Any kind of um let's see, big party, big party back. Okay, James Brown. All right, Keith Sweat. Okay, I like a little sweat. Which sweat joint you want? Little Frankie Beverly Mays. Okay, okay. See, unfortunately, Yoki, y'all ain't gonna be able to hear it because it's something about it's y'all coming through the speaker. Y'all won't be able to hear. Let me see. Okay, Kanye, click. All right, Kanye, click. All right, let me do that. Let me do a little Kanye. Yeah, all right. I like that. Here we go. That's gonna be it for tonight. Y'all ain't gonna be able to hear it on Facebook, YouTube, but everybody else gonna be able to hear it just for like 30 seconds. Here we go. Let's click. Let's get it. Here we go. Y'all here? Yeah. I, I, here we go. Here we go. Oh God. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get it. Let's get it. I wish y'all could see my wife there. Hey, baby, you want to say something to everybody? Oh, you just want to dance right now. All right, that's it. All right, y'all. That is all. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. All right, let's go to work. I know y'all can't hear it on Facebook and YouTube. It's just the way that it's done up. But anyway, we're going to get busy right here. All right. As we do about this time, I'm going to take my time tonight. Can y'all, everybody, first of all, let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, say I can. Say I can. If you cannot hear me, let me know that you can't hear me. All right. Say I can, I can, I can. And then, okay, good. They can hear me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Can y'all hear me? Okay, I can on Instagram. I mean, I can on YouTube. Here we go. All right. So tonight, first off, before we get started, y'all know how I do about this time. I'd like for you all to give me your name and tell me where you're checking in from. Your name and where you're checking in from, because I want to acknowledge you, because you could be anywhere in the world. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me tonight. So your name and where you checking in from. All right. Is that, I don't know. Is it Darcy from Philly? I just want to make sure I pronounce your name right. All right. Carol from Indiana. Bridget from Michigan in the building. Marie from Australia in the building. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Janice from Alpharetta. Chi-Town in the building. Yep, yep, yep. All right. Kylie from Ohio. Tiff from Cali. Simply Tiffany from Cali. Bridget from Michigan. Debbie from Philly in the building. Sharika from Kentucky. Aqua from San Antonio. My guy, Doug, from my high school, Thorough High School. What's up, Doug? I ain't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you, my friend. Andrea from New Jersey. All right, all right, all right. Somebody say, I swear by this man, I hope you're talking about me. Good. Nisa from New Jersey. Sally from Los Angeles in the building. Teresa from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Teresa, we had a good conversation today, didn't we? We sure did. Veronica from New Jersey in the building. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Veronica. All right. So tonight, let me see what we got. Because y'all could be anywhere. People will come. But tonight, we're going to talk about something. So I got to tell y'all how we got to this conversation. So y'all know I always bring real life experiences to what I do, because I have to tell y'all, I have to show y'all real life things from people that I coach, because a lot of people don't think it could happen for them. A lot of people don't think that they can have the type of relationship that they want. A lot of people don't think that, because what we do is we're looking at the world around us, right? Or we're looking at our own circumstances. And I'm gonna tell y'all a story tonight. Y'all know I always have a story. All right, and so, or maybe I should save this story. Maybe I should say this story. But I want to tell y'all a story about believing. And so the reason, I think I'm gonna tell y'all the story anyway, so Friday night, I'm gonna take my time. So let me tell y'all something. A lot of times we look at our current circumstance. You might say, I'm not in a great relationship. You might say, I'm of a certain age and I can't have that which I want. And then you might say, there's a job I want. There is something I want in this world. But if I look at my current circumstances, it does not appear that I will have it or I would be able to get it. So I want to tell y'all a story. a real story that I think will encourage somebody tonight. And I hadn't planned on telling this story, but I'm going to, because there are some of you all that don't believe that you can have, either you can have the thing that you desire, or you will have the thing that you desire, or the third thing is that you deserve the thing that you desire. Okay? And so I want to encourage some people tonight, because what I'm going to tell you is not where I was going to go, but I think you need it. And all of the relationships that I put together this year, most all of them had one thing in common. They had a desire to want to have someone in their life, but they didn't have the belief that that would happen for them. Now, some of them believed that it would happen for someone else, but some of them even believed that that it was possible, but they just didn't believe it would happen for them. And so I told somebody this story, and I'm going to tell you this story. All right, and then that's going to be my message for tonight. So back in 2007, I don't know if you guys remember the show The Biggest Loser. Okay, there was a show, The Biggest Loser, that was out. It was on for 19 seasons. And some of you may remember this show. It's where people got on and they went through these things, these challenges, and they lost weight. And then who lost the most weight? Whoever would lose the most weight, they won $250,000. I don't know if you remember this show. Okay, well, and so I'm going to tell you this story because a lot of people that know me, like that just got in touch with me over the last couple of years since you met Coach Ken, you don't know this story that I'm about to tell you. Now, there are a lot of people that know this story that know me because I've been empowering people for a long time. So this is going to be my message tonight. It's going to be about belief, but it's going to be a little bit different. So back in 2006, it's been 15 years. Wow. No, it's been 16 years. What's this month? So that was 2007. Back in 2007. And so, y'all, I was traveling around the country. I was doing what I do. I was actually at that point, I was doing training and speaking around the country. I was teaching managers how to influence other people and be better leaders, managers. And listen, y'all, I was getting paid handsomely to do it. Companies and corporations would hire me all over the country, okay? And I used to think that if you made enough money, all your problems would be solved. Because I used to say, hey, you made enough money, all your problems would be solved. And that's just the way I thought. I was like, look, rich people don't have any problems. And I was getting paid handsomely. But to the tune of, just put it like this, just put it to you like this. Money was never the issue. But during this time, you know how a lot of times, y'all, when we are doing something in our life, we overcompensate. So if my career is going good, I focus on the career, but other areas I let slack or slide because I'm not putting any focus on those areas. Well, one of those areas was my body. All right. And I've always grown up a big guy. I played football in high school, went to college on a football scholarship. But after college, I continued the same dietary regimen, thinking all about money, eating out when I wanted to eat. And my health started fading. I got up to close to 430 pounds. And I know I don't look like it now because I go to the gym every day, but 430 pounds, y'all. So I'm going to tell you this story. And my health was fading. I'll never forget it. I went to the doctor. Now, this is where it's going to make sense to y'all. I went to the doctor. And I don't know why I'm going this way tonight, but I'm already out here. Let's go. And so I remember I was using the bathroom a lot. And I went to the doctor. I wasn't even drinking water, but I was peeing a lot. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor sat me on the table, and they couldn't weigh me on the scale because the scale went up to, I think, 365 pounds. I had to weigh on this meat scale. I never forget it. And I sat in the doctor's office. And when I sat in the doctor's office, the doctor came in, they did all the blood work on me. And the doctor came in and the doctor said, hey, we checked your blood work. And it looks like you're a diabetic. Your blood sugar is 365, and your blood pressure was like 190 over 160. Y'all, I'm a walking time bomb. I am literally a walking time bomb. And I sat there on the table. Now think about this, y'all. Here I was traveling around the country making money. But when you're making, a lot of times I was overcompensating, and I said, oh, my health, it does not matter. Now watch this, y'all. So one thing about me, I'm going to always be transparent. So the doctor said, I sat there and tears started coming down my face. And I asked myself the question, how did I get here? How did I get here? How many of you have been through a divorce? How many of you have been through a relationship that lasted a while? You thought that your life would be a certain way, but then it ended up in a place that you never could have predicted. And you said, how could I get here? How did I get here? And so the doctor he had no emotion at all. And then the doctor said to me, I said, well, doc, if I lose 100 pounds, could I reverse this? And the doctor looked, he was an older guy, and he looked at me and said, no. He said, you can take this medicine. That's all about all I can give you. And y'all, when I said he had no emotion, it was like he really didn't care if I dropped dead right there. Okay, I got in my car. So follow me on this story, y'all. It's going to all make sense to everybody listening tonight. I got in my car, and on the way home, I was asking all of the questions that we ask ourselves. I call them endless loop questions. How did I get here? Why did this happen to me? All of those questions. But the only thing I could think about was my dad was my good friend. And so my dad.
There are 3 mistakes.
Hold on.
You should.
Hold on. Let's see this. Okay. My TikTok went out. I don't know why. But anyway, it's been doing that a lot lately. But anyway, so my dad was my friend. And he was my father, but we had become friends. And I asked my dad, I said, Dad, I told him what happened. And you know what my dad said to me? He said these words that I will never forget. He said, son, he said, don't look at the circumstance. He said, do the work. Your body wants to heal itself. You will begin, once you begin doing the work, remember, God made it so everything wants to be in alignment for you. At the time, I was like, he said, just begin focusing on doing the work. Okay? So I decided I got to do something different. So in fact, why do I tell you that part of the story? Because that part is relevant. Because how many of you are at a point where you can no longer just allow your life to be the way it is? You can no longer, you got to make a decision on something you need to do. And so I'll never forget it. I went out of town the next week. Now listen to me carefully. The doctor gave me some medication. I took the medication for 1 month. 1 month, but I swore to myself, I can't be like this. I don't want, because I remember my father-in-law, he had his leg amputated, and I remember his kidney failure, eyesight, all of those things. And I'm telling you this because you might say, I am in good health. How does it pertain to me? You'll see in a second. And so I went out of town. And y'all, at that moment, it didn't matter how much money I had, none of that, because I just felt like I needed to change my life. So I never forget it. I was coming back from Joplin, Missouri. And I went, and you know how a lot of times I had been thinking about the hospital visit, thinking about it, y'all. And you know how sometimes, and I want you to listen to me. Sometimes God is wanting you to transform. He's telling you, he's pushing you. He brings a coach kid to prick you. And people, and maybe someone is making fun of you, but only thing is that you have not taken the first step yet. So watch this. Now, I went out of town about a month later. I took the medicine. My blood sugar began to get in the normal range. I think I'd lost about 10 pounds, and I was all in. I started with, but then what did I start to do? Once I started feeling better, I wasn't going to the bathroom as much. I began going back to the old habits. How many of us, we do that? And so here's what happened. So I was flying back from Joplin, Missouri about 6 weeks later, and I never forget that day. I was still over 400 pounds. And y'all listen to me carefully what happened. And so I remember I got out of class early that day. I had done a great job. And I remember, they were paying me handsomely. They say, here's your check. Okay. And so I decided that I was going to hurry to the airport, because I would hurry to the airport for two reasons. Number one, I wanted to make sure that I could get a seat by myself, because I didn't want to be sitting next to someone and I'm taking up their seat and my seat too. And so it just so happens this particular day, it was one of those small jets coming from Joplin going to Greensboro, where I live. It had two seats on one side, on the right side, and one row of seats on the left side. You guys have probably been on a small plane like that. It was a regional jet. And so good, I get to the airport, and then nobody was sitting next to me. All right. First, that was my first hurdle. All right. But my second hurdle was a bit more difficult. Some planes had a seat belt that would not go all the way around me. Some planes. So on this particular day, I'll never forget it. I tried to buckle the seat belt, but the seatbelt wouldn't buckle, y'all. And I'll never forget it. I looked around to see if anyone was looking at me. And so what I did was I inhaled as deeply as I could, and I tried to buckle the seatbelt, and I couldn't get it. So I had to make a decision. And at that point, the decision was, okay, do I ask the flight attendant for a belt extender? The belt extender is something to give you more room in your belt, right? Or do I just not buckle up, put my jacket over my lap, and then I move on? So I decided at that moment, I said, okay, I'm going to do the right thing. How many of you say, I'm going to do the right thing, I'm going to do it the right way? I called the flight attendant over. Excuse me, miss. She came over. I said it very softly. Can I get a belt extender? And she said, what you say? Now she said it loud so everybody could hear it. Then I said, oh shit, are you serious? Then I said, can I get a belt extender? She says, you need a belt extender? And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I need a belt extender. So she brought the belt extender over. At this point, I am angry. I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm mad as fish. I'm hot as fish grease. And so 2 hours and 15 minutes back home, I began thinking about what she had said. And I was so mad. She knew I was mad. Because when she came by, she didn't offer me nothing to drink, nothing. Because I just looked at her like, are you serious? But y'all, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. That was what I call a C moment, a significant emotional event. Now listen to me carefully. A C moment is an event that happens in your life. It may not be a big event, but it's a significant event that makes you say, I must change. Not that I should change, but I must change. And so I realized about halfway through the flight that my anger was misdirected. My anger should not have been at her. My anger should have been at myself, because all of my decisions brought me to that point, brought me to the brink. All right. And so let me tell you why this was significant. Because on that flight, I made a decision. And the decision was that I had to change. I was going to change. How many of you need to make a decision in your life that you must change? That it has to become a must. See, y'all, some of y'all gonna keep getting the same results because it's not a must for you yet. It's not a must that you get training. It's not a must that you learn how to communicate. It's not a must that you understand conflict resolution. It's not a must because until it becomes a must, you're tired of attracting the same people, being in the same circumstance. Until it becomes a must, you're going to stay right where you are. And so, allow me to finish. So I make a decision about halfway through, after I have this seed moment, the significant emotional event that I said it became a must. And in the moment, listen to me carefully. Change happens in an instant. Change happens in an instant. The manifestation of that change may take time, but change happens when you decide it becomes a must. So at that moment, I decided I was going to change. So I understand how the mind works, y'all. The thing is, I had not gotten leverage on myself. I had not gotten leverage on myself. I just lived in a fantasy world. I knew how to motivate other people. I had faced the reality that I was a hypocrite. That I had been a hypocrite. I had been helping all these people, and I lived in this silent prison. So what I did what I do for them. I said I questioned every thought. So I started out like this. Watch this. I know how the mind works. I started out by asking myself 3 questions. See, whenever you ask your mind, your subconscious mind a question, it always answers the question. Always. You ever notice it, or it attempts to answer it? You ever notice how you meet somebody and you know their name, but you can't recall their name, and then all of a sudden you tell them, what's their name? What's their name? Well, what you're essentially doing is asking your subconscious mind to find the name for me. And then you'll go to your car or somewhere, and all of a sudden their name will pop up. Oh, that was Johnny. And has that ever happened to anybody? Well, that's what that is that happens when you begin asking yourself the question. So here's what I did. I questioned every thought. I asked myself 3 questions. Number 1, first question was, I said, how can I lose 100 pounds? Number 2, how can I keep it off? And number 3, how can I inspire people in the process? I began to coach myself. Yo, I started the process of reprogramming, reconditioning my own mindset. This is what I do with the people that I coach. We start with the mindset. When you begin coaching, I said, first thing a coach has to do is question the thought process. And so when I asked that, my brain began to look for the answers. How can I lose weight? Because what happens, y'all, before I was asking the wrong questions. I knew it. Before I was asking questions like this. Why can't I lose weight? Whenever you ask a question like that, what happened is your brain said, because you ain't got time. Because you got to take care of your family. You got to do. Your brain will always give you the answer, but you have to change and reframe the question. And when I did that, let me tell you what my brain did. I'm getting excited now. So my brain said to me, listen to me, there's a thing in your brain called the reticular activating system. Okay? The reticular activating system works like this. It is like whenever it makes you consciously, acutely aware of the thing that you desire. I'll give you an example of that. Your reticular activating system works kind of like this. You ever bought a car on the lot? Before you bought the car, you had never seen the car anywhere. But as soon as you buy the car, you come off the lot and you say, wait a minute, there go my car. There go my car. You see the car everywhere, right? What happens is now your reticular activating system is aware of that car. It makes you aware of it because it is something that you desired. Ooh. So when I asked the question, right, I began asking the question. And so once I asked it, my reticular activating system began to focus and look for the thing that I desire. So I go home. And so we're going to get to the biggest loser. First, my wife doesn't know the change that I made. It became a must that I'm going to do this. First thing, when I get in the house, I hug her, kiss her. First thing she says to me, y'all ain't gonna believe this. She says, hey, you know, my friend Tiny is another comedian. My wife is a comedian. She says, Tiny is gonna apply to be on that show, The Biggest Loser. The Biggest Loser. I said, that's the show where they cry all the time, right? And she said, yeah, they lose weight and they cry. And I said, is Tiny gonna be on there? How Tiny gonna be on there? Because you gotta run and you gotta jump and you gotta do that. I said, I mean, Tiny, he was like 5'5", like 500, 505. I'm like, how is he gonna do it? But what I realized was it wasn't about that. My reticular activating system, planted a seed in me because my subconscious began to look at the ways once I decided, soon as she said it, I got online. Listen to me carefully, y'all. This story is going to be powerful. I got online. I had never become aware of The Biggest Loser. I'd only seen one episode. This was season 3. I'd only seen one episode. I really didn't care to be on national TV telling people about my problems, telling them that I felt like a hypocrite. Here I was motivating people around the world, but I couldn't motivate myself. And so now, all of a sudden, she tells me, and I look up Biggest Loser. I don't know what the deal is with this artificial intelligence, AI, whatever it is. Because soon as she told me about it, it's like it popped up on my screen. Yo, this is the craziest thing ever. So I look it up. I see it pops up because I type in weight loss, Biggest Loser. But I don't even know why. I never wanted to be on a reality show. But here's what happened. They had a casting call in Norfolk, Virginia. I truly believe that insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. They had a casting call in Norfolk, Virginia. It just so happens, y'all, this is why I tell you, the universe, my God, whenever you confess, you make it your intention, he will orchestrate circumstances, meet people that will align for you to get it. Don't ever believe it. Don't ever believe you just listening to me by accident. Don't ever believe me how you saw my video when all of a sudden you weren't even looking for me, but your heart was. But there's a part of you that wanted it. And so your reticular activating system became aware of the messages that I was putting out. And so I decided that I've got to do something different. And so what did I do? I went to a casting call. And so let me tell you what happened. So I went up. It just so happens that the casting call was on a Saturday, okay? It was in Norfolk, Virginia. Look at how powerful this is. I had to speak. I had to be in Washington, D.C. I live in North Carolina. And on Sunday night, because I had to do a week-long seminar in D.C. Now watch this. Why is that going to be important? You're going to see in a second. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh. God is good. Now, so let me tell you what happened. So I go to the casting call. I tell my wife I want to drive up. I want to do something different than I've ever done before. I go to the casting call, y'all. And on the way up there, I am reflecting on my life. I am thinking about, and here's what I said. I said, God, if you give me this platform, I promise you of what I will do. I will help your people get out of this prison that I am in called weight. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. So I stay overnight. So I wanted to be bright and early when I got up there. The casting call was that next morning at 11 o'clock. So I get up around 7 and I say, okay, I'm early. I stayed in Virginia Beach. And I drive 30 minutes to Norfolk, I remember. And I got there right around 8:45, 9 o'clock. Casting calls at 11. When I rolled up, y'all, there had to be 1,000 people already in line. 1,000 people. Why is this important? Because my first thought was I should just jump back in my car and go home. How many times have you looked at your circumstance? How many times have you looked at the things that are going on in your life and you say, I could never have the thing that I want. I could never achieve it because I'm looking at my external circumstance and that circumstance does not line up with the things that I desire. And so I said that too. I said, maybe you think you're too old to have a relationship. The kind of maybe you've been divorced and you think it won't happen for me. Or maybe you've been dating the wrong guy, so you don't think the right guy exists. And so you're looking at your circumstance and you're saying, it won't happen for me. Now, I got to tell you something. So then I decided, so y'all, whenever you want something, you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested, y'all. You're going to be tested with your faith in your mind. You're going to be tested. So allow me to tell you how I was tested. First, I'm tested because I see they looking for one person, maybe, I don't know, maybe no one, but I already see 1,000 people in line. And so my natural mind, even though I'm a coach, my natural mind says, get in your car and go home. But I said, I fought it. I fought my natural mind and said, get out of my car. Do it afraid. Do it even though it doesn't look like it. Woo! I'm helping somebody tonight, y'all. I'm helping somebody. And so get it. I get this. This right here is the most powerful thing. I get out of my car. Now, there was another young lady, I saw her. She got out of her car at the exact same time I did. Now, we both walked over. I was a little ahead of her. My stride was a little bit longer than hers. She was shorter than me. So I walked over to the line and, all these people in line. And all of a sudden, I was about to step in line before her, but we rolled up by the same time. I said, hey, you get in line before me. Now, that one decision would change my life forever. That one small decision of me allowing her to get in line before me. Okay? So, let me tell you what happened. Throughout the day, there ended up being, I think, like 5,000 to 7,000 people in line. So, throughout the day, I'm meeting new people there. I'm meeting, black, white, Hispanic, all nationalities. The truth is, the one thing we all had in common, we wanted to transform our life. And y'all, we became friends for the day. And so we find out that the casting directors are only going to take 750 people. Uh-oh. There are about 7,000 people in line. And so again, you're going to be tested. What did I say? Oh man, I might as well get out of line. I know it's 1,300 people in front of me. I know it. So I might as well go home, but I stayed. Because remember, there are things that you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. See, that's the thing. We think we know, but the truth is you don't know what you don't know. All right. So I stayed in line. So I'm calling my wife throughout the day, and my wife encouraging me. She encouraging me, y'all, because everybody needs a Coach Ken, a Coach Karen. That's my wife. And I kept saying, baby, I might as well come home. And she said, no, you stay. She says, you're going to do what you tell everybody else to do. I said, okay, I'm going to stay in line. Woo! Y'all, sometimes you got to have somebody that believes in you more than you believe in yourself. Because there are times when you get weary. There are times when you need to be charged up. There are times when you need somebody to speak life in you. And so my wife said, no, you stay. You ain't coming back home till you stay, till it's over. Okay. Now get this, y'all. What I say? Well, hey, listen. You know what? You can't change until you challenged. Change will not happen until you challenge. You can't change what you don't challenge. Now, so I get there. We find out they're only going to have 750 people there, right? So I know all these people in front of me, but I stay. So in my group of about 11 or 12 that I made my friends for today, we were going back and forth to see where they were. Because what they told us was, if you get this sheet of paper, this one sheet of paper, then you can stay. You get to see the casting directors. But if they only had 750 of them, and if you don't get the paper, you can't see the casting director. Okay. So we kept running back and forth, and they were saying, yo, it's a lot of people. It was wrapped inside of a mall, and then it was wrapped on the outside. We were on the outside. And I remember they were giving out the paper. Now check this out. There were probably 1,500 people in front of me, but what you did not know, and we found out later on, that some of the people who were in line were not trying to get on the show. They were simply there supporting someone who was trying to get on the show. And so, all of a sudden, okay, it made this a slight difference. That little nuanced difference. So everybody perked up. And nobody, y'all, even the people back at 4,000 and 5,000, they didn't leave. Nobody left. The line stayed. Even when they told us only 750 people are going to be seen. So here's the kicker. Here's where it get deep. So I finally see the guy with the papers. He's at 700. I see him because we had sent somebody. He's at 700. Now we probably got 100 people who got to see it. So he got to 710, 720, 730. Get me. 740. Now he got to 740, y'all. I can see him. There are about 20 people in front of me, y'all. He got to 740. Y'all, but he's within sight. He's within sight of me. And I'm getting optimistic, but I'm still like, I'm not going to make it. So I get my wife on the phone again. She's like, stay. You got to stay. She says, remember, just believe. Things I've told her. And so he gets to 741, 742, 43, 44, 745, 46, 748. He gets to 748. There are 4 people in front of me. I'm the 4th person of me. And so I'm gonna be too short, y'all. Can you imagine getting to your goal, getting to the thing you need the most to change your life, and you get right there, and then it disappears. But I stayed. So he gets to 748. And he gets ready to give this young lady the paper. For some reason or another, he asked the young lady, how old are you? And the young lady said, I'm 16. And he said, oh, you can't go. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. So the next person he gave the paper to. Then he gets to 7. The next person, okay, he gave out 2 more. But that young lady had another friend with her. He gets to 749. And I mean, she would have been 750. And I was 1 person behind her. He got ready to give it to her because she looked of age. But he said, how old are you? She said, 17. He said, you can't go. And now he gets to 750 and he gives me 750. Ooh, wait, when I think about it, y'all, he gives me 750. 750, the last shall be first. Hey, the word said the last shall be first. And here I am. He gives me 750, right? The favor, but wait a minute, it ain't over. Remember what I said. You're going to be tested. Remember the young lady that got in line before me? Do y'all remember her? Oh, she was in my group. But what you don't know is throughout the day, we were all going back and forth to the bathroom because we had been in line 7 hours. Okay. So back and forth. But when the guy came with the paper, we just got in line. We just all filled in. We wasn't thinking about what it would make one difference. The lady who I let get in front of me, she was one person behind me. Whoa, she didn't get a paper. She didn't get a paper, y'all. And look at, I was faced with a dilemma. And this dilemma was, do I give her the paper? What would you do? All right, put a one in the comment section if you would have kept it. Put a 2 in the comment section if you would have given it to her. Because remember, I let her in front of me, y'all. This paper, it really isn't mine, is it? How many of you, if you would have given her the paper, if you'd have kept it, put 1. If you'd have kept it, put 1. If you'd have given it to her, push 2. Now, y'all, let me tell you what happened along the way. So I called my wife again. I called her. I was shaking. I called my wife, and my wife has been a prophet all day, right? She's been a prophet all day. And I said, baby, I got the paper. She said, you better keep it. Now, she's been telling me about God all day. Here she is telling me about God all day. All of a sudden, she's like, I don't care what you do. You won't get that paper away. I just hung up on her, y'all. And so listen, here's what I did. This is what I did. I turned to this young lady and I said to her, this paper does not belong to me. I said, you take it. I said, take it. I said, you know what? To much is given, much is required. I said, but promise me one thing. With this opportunity that you're going to get, because anybody that's got this number is going to get an opportunity. I said, you got to promise me that you will do something with it to help other people, to change lives. Y'all, she looked at me with tears in her eyes. And she said, you keep it. You've already told us that you were going to change lives. You've already told us that of what you were going to do with this opportunity. And she said, I'm not going to take it because it belongs to you. Do you know? So I was the last one of the day. Last one. Do you know that I was the only one chosen? I was the last one of the day, but I was the one chosen out of all of those people. And let me tell you how God would have it. Let me tell you how God would have it. Remember what they told me is once I got upstairs with the casting directors, they told me I made it through the first round. They said, hey, Ken, listen, we have a second interview on Monday at 6:00. Can you be here? What did I tell y'all at the beginning? Remember I told y'all I was speaking in DC? I could have been speaking anywhere in the world, but DC was only an hour and a half away from Norfolk, Virginia. I drove to the second interview. If I was in Colorado, if I had been in Florida, if I had been anywhere else, I would not have been able to get the second interview because even though I made it through the first interview, it was the second interview where they put me in a room with the casting directors by myself. That was when the true gifts in me of influence could come out. Why do I tell you this story? Well, since then, I've lost 170 pounds. 170 pounds, and I pretty much kept it off. Look, COVID gained a few pounds back, but I lost it over the last year, what I gained back. And I tell you this because I say a lot of you all are looking at your circumstance. A lot of you are saying, I can't have it, but I say that you can have it. I say that there is a part of you, like everybody needs somebody to coach. My wife coached me through this process. And when she coached me through the process, a lot of times, y'all, we all need a coach. We all need somebody. We all need somebody who can guide us encourage us when we get off track, when our mind tells us that we can't. But if you don't know how to condition your own mind, you can't have the things that you desire. Now, somebody's listening to this tonight. Somebody's listening to this story because I wasn't even going to go this route. I was going to talk about something else. But some of y'all are wanting love. Some of y'all are wanting to meet a companion. You want to change your life. You're tired of the way you communicate. You're tired of the relationships you're building. Some of you are tired. Some of you are tired of this. And you are saying, I want something different. Then you need a guide. And so listen, y'all, tonight I'm going to tell you, if I'm your guide, just like I needed a guide, if you need to know how to change when it doesn't even look, when you're looking at your current circumstances, when you're looking at your current circumstances, then you don't know how to repair the relationship you in, when you and your husband ain't had sex, when y'all don't talk to each other, or you and your wife, and you need to rekindle the love and you don't know how, you need a guide. If you don't know how to work through the conflict that you have, because me and my wife was headed for divorce court 15 years ago, but we worked through it and we learned how to communicate with each other. If you don't know how to do that, you need a guide. You need a guide, y'all. And so let me say this to y'all. I created this 3 weeks ago because I wanted to help more people. As my brand begins to grow, I decided that I want to help more people. And so I created a community. I created this thing called the Relationship Academy to do one thing, to educate people and give people hope and show people what they need to do to attract the person of their dream, to fix the problems in their relationship. It's for singles and couples. It's for men and women. And I'll be honest with you, y'all. And a lot of times, listen, I've been doing it for 3 weeks now. And people are slowly coming. And those people who are in there are learning. Their lives are changing, y'all. And you know what? I'm not going on what I see. Because for me, I wanted to get big quick. But you know what I'm doing? They're coming in 1, 2, 3 at a time. And eventually, I'll have thousands of them in there. You know why? Because you say, I'm tired of being tired. I need someone to help me. I need a guide. It's going to be other coaches in there. We had a session today that was so powerful. I brought in a specialist who talked about attachment styles. I'm learning so much myself, y'all, and I'm a coach. Yo, I don't know everything about everything. Yeah, I'm smart as hell. I tell y'all that. Y'all know that. But I'm in there and I'm asking her, wow, this is amazing. I'm like, and every week, y'all, every week we meet 3 times a week. You don't have to be at every one, but I do different things. And y'all, for those of you who want to join, who want it, here's what I'm going to do. You go of your own Instagram and your own on TikTok, go up to my link tree. You'll see the link tree. Click on my bio and click on the Relationship Academy. And you can join it. You can pay by the year. Y'all, I'm not, you want to see how much it costs, go there. It ain't expensive, but it's an investment for you. But we invest in everything else, y'all. Ain't it time to invest in yourself? It's time, ain't it? So I just want to tell y'all that story tonight. For those of you all who are on YouTube, who are on YouTube, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give y'all. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Why is my hold on. Are you serious? Oh, okay. For some reason, it says new Chrome available, but here it is. Here it is. Boom, here it is. So I'm gonna put all right. For those of you on Facebook, I'm gonna put the link right here. For those of you on YouTube, I'm putting the link right there. All right, y'all. But if you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, or you're on TikTok, go up to my bio and you'll see my link tree. Click on the link tree and click on the Relationship Academy. Y'all, You got to decide. It's got to be a must for you. And I created a community. I've created this community so people could change. You know what? And I'm going to tell you this right here. Transformation hurts until it helps. You see, transformation ain't pretty, y'all. Transforming your life ain't pretty. You know what? Transformation hurts until it helps. And what I'm going to say to you is this. Some of you all, you know, only you know what you need to do. I can't convince you, but you know, period. For those who want to, go up to the bio, click on the link tree, and let's go from there. And let's start changing. Other than that, y'all, that is my time tonight. Appreciate you, David. David said, I like these glasses. Thank you, man. I try to always get something a little bit different. These are readers. They're not really glasses. I need them because I can't see the little writing. This happened during COVID. I don't know when. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Look, I will see y'all later. Y'all take it easy. And just remember, every journey starts with one step. Take yours today. I'm out.